Thank you. My name is Ralf Hornig. I'm Clinical Affairs Director at Pixium Vision, a startup company in Paris, France. And we, together with Stanford University, we developed the Prima Bionic Vision System. And I have the pleasure today to give you an update about the long-term follow-up in our geographic atrophy studies and give you an overview about the next generation of devices. So we are a public company. This is our forward-looking statement. And the Prima system is an electronic visual prosthesis for patients with degenerated photoreceptors. And after a vitrectomy, the device is inserted into the subdural space under local or general anesthesia. And the aim is that the chip, together with a special pair of glasses and a pocket processor, will help the patient to recognize, identify letters, numbers, and words again. So how does it work? In a patient like geographic atrophy, the photoreceptors are degenerated, and we place our device exactly there where the photoreceptors have been, and a projection module that projects infrared images onto the implant is placed on a pair of glasses, and the implant itself converts the infrared into electrical signals that stimulates the remaining nerve cells, and then the patient has some perception. So this is how it looks like. So there's a tiny chip implanted in the one eye of the patient. The chip is only 2 by 2 millimeter and 30 micrometer thick. And there's a camera mounted on the pair of glasses. The camera captures images from the environment. And the pocket processor processes these images, and then they are sent to the implant where the retina is stimulated and the patient has some perception. After implantation, the patient undergoes a rehabilitation process, and our device is prepared for remote rehabilitation. What this means is the patient uses the device at home and is connecting the device by Wi-Fi to the internet, and the rehabilitation center then has access to all the parameters of the device and also have access to the camera, what the camera sees, and can also present some training patterns onto a tablet PC so that the patient can be rehabilitated on remote. And this is not only important for situations like a pandemic, but also for patients who need to travel far. The device is not yet market approved. We have three studies ongoing, 2 feasibility studies, one in France and one in the US. And we have already started a pivotal study in Europe. Results are already available in France, and we expect the primary readout for the pivotal study in Europe for early next year. But all the 38 patients in the pivotal study have already been implanted. So the results of the feasibility study can be seen here. So this is the visual acuity, exactly the same method we will use in our pivotal study. The blue bars are the numbers of letters the patient can see with the device at 1 meter distance, compared to the red bars the same time point without the system. And you can see there's clinically meaningful improvement in all patients in the feasibility trial, and in some it is really a huge improvement. I had 7 lines here in patient number C. But we also saw that there's no decrease of visual acuity after implantation. It's a very important safety feature, of course. We also observe patients in doing daily living tasks like reading product labels, reading signs at different locations, different light conditions, indoor, outdoor. And here we placed in front of a timetable of a Paris train station, and the patient was asked, "Yeah, when is the train to Rennes leaving?" And then the patient needs to identify first all the letters, the words on the timetable, and then when he finds the right destination, turn the head left a little bit, and then identify the right time when the train is leaving. And remember, this is a patient who has no reading capability at all without the system. So these are great results, but we are already working on the next generation of devices, and the idea is that the resolution gets better, so the pixels getting smaller, but also the stimulation must get more efficient. And this is from a publication from Daniel Palankas from Stanford team, and they showed in visual acuity measurements in rats that with a high-resolution Prima device, it is possible that the rats have the same resolution, meaning same visual acuity, than rats with natural vision. And of course, rats are not humans, and there's a big difference between both, but this gives us already a hint of what is potentially doable with our device. So, in conclusion, the subretinal implantation of the wireless Prima chip is possible. There was no decrease of visual acuity, no visual acuity loss after implantation, which is a very important safety feature. Prima provides the best prosthetic visual acuity up to date. Most of the patients are able to see letters, words, and some of the patients are even able to read sentences. The read of our pivotal study in Europe is planned for early next year, and it follows then the submission for market approval in Europe, and we are planning also a pivotal study in the moment in the US in the near future. Next generation of implants will provide greater resolution, and the potential of the Prima device is to improve and maybe in the future also for 20/20 vision. Thank you very much.